boy. Hey guys. Uh Andrew Volgar here. I'm going full freeform. No loose scripts for me today. We'll see how that goes. It already feels bad, but maybe it won't be. Um I just couldn't bring myself to really like put to pen and paper or realistically one note. Um just a series of words, like premeditated words regarding the topic for today, which is not positive or fun. It is uh, the closure and shutdown of several game studios under Xbox, and more specifically, right, what we as consumers need to do, and who I think needs to partner with consumers to make a difference. Okay, so let's take a look at what I'm talking about. As I'm sure everyone has heard at this point, Xbox has decided to shut down, I think it's 4 game studios. Arcane Austin, Tango Gameworks, uh, uh, Alpha Dog is being shut down, and then there's Roundhouse Games is not being completely, like, folks aren't being laid off. It's being absorbed into the ZeniMax uh, team, which is responsible for the Elder Scrolls Online. Neat. It's just I'm gonna echo what everyone else has been saying real briefly. This blows. This sucks. It's bad. It doesn't make sense. Tango, especially the creators behind Hi-Fi Rush, right? Came out, shadow dropped last January, and everyone loved it. It was almost as if Xbox was getting back to gamer roots, right? They took the corporate blinders off and said, "Whoa, this is a video game." And they let it loose on the world. It won a ton of awards. It was just, I don't want to use prestigious, but I feel like it was important, right? It was a piece of work that meant something in the grand scale of gaming. I feel like it could have been rather a pivotal product for Xbox as a company. They could have leaned into it and said, "Man, this is the right track. Let's invest in games of this scope and scale." But we live in the worst timeline where they went, "Nope, not good enough." They shut the whole thing down. It's just gross. I mean, the team behind Redfall, Arcane Austin, I mean, we all know Redfall is not good. But I think it's what happens when you take a team that is really gifted and passionate about epic single player experiences, and then you pigeonhole them to developing a live service multiplayer shooter. Like, I mean, duh, it's not gonna be good because it's not what they're passionate about. And if you think of video game developers as creatives or artists, like, you can't just put them on the assembly line wherever and be like, "Yeah, go to town, folks. This is your new hobby. This is your new love." Because when you're a creative, I mean, I'm not a creative. Let me put a big old parentheses around that. But when you are, you can't transition away from your passions, like your what you put labor into, is my understanding. Because they are gifted, creative minded individuals, and typically that is focused on one specific aspect. That's my soapbox on don't put developers into projects that they are not suited for. Anyway, what can we do in light of all this terrible news? First of all, folks, let me go back to me get out of this. I don't want to look at it anymore. Um, Stop subscribing to Game Pass. If you need to, just subscribe for a month, play the game you want to play, and cancel the auto renew. Right? I think a company like Xbox that is so driven by numbers, it is obvious that the folks at the top, and I'm talking about you, Phil Spencer, these are bottom line people, and folks can argue, oh well, a CEO needs to be about numbers and protecting a business and blah blah blah. And yes, correct. They also need to be about protecting their creative workforces, and he's doing a pretty bad job. But I also think what we need to see is developing studios rather, that aren't under the Xbox umbrella, maybe taking a step back from that platform, which hurts. I think if you're a developer, your game being in fewer hands or like an entire platform of individuals, it's typically not a good thing. But I think if you are looking at this as a statement of protest against an obviously gross and broken system, you gotta make a tough call, right? And I think if a series of board members and CEOs and presidents sees an obvious downtick, not only in consumer subscribers, right, but they're also like, whoa, people aren't putting their games on our platforms. What did we do wrong? They might have a moment of introspection and change course, but I just think it has to hit their bottom line. It has to hit their wallets. It cannot just be folks on the internet yelling into the Twitter void that they want, CEOs to step down or presidents to step down. It has to be a real pushback. Not to say that your voice isn't real. Of course it is, but from what I've seen in my experience, words without action don't have the impact that we're looking for. And oftentimes, if we're only using our voices, we can lose sight of the vision, of the mission. So yeah, I just want to encourage you, if it's important to you, and maybe it's not, if you just play whatever, it doesn't matter, and you're probably not watching this video anyway, so maybe I won't address that. But if this is a topic, this is an event that continues to occur, and it's going to continue to occur. We've already gotten confirmation that Xbox is going to continue down this path of layoffs and closures. So if this is something that you want, a huge player in the video game industry to change course on, we as consumers and development studios, as small businesses, need to make the tough choices to not support the industry or the business that is making these terrible choices. And it can be hard, and it can feel like you're doing it alone. But if enough people and enough business entities specifically act on this, I think that could cause some real change. Oh boy. All right, so let me ask you guys this. Do you agree? Do you think that there is anything we can do to impact Xbox game studios? Sometimes I feel like no, but sometimes I feel like yes. I want to feel like there's something we can do. Do you feel like this is a cause worth pursuing? Are you going to do anything about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Boy, it feels yucky to end a YouTube video shilling out the typical stuff, so I'm not. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you next time.